Xin chao, what's up everybody? Alright, so people have been asking me this a bunch. I don't know why. It shouldn't even be a, a video in my opinion, but we're going to do it because it's a pretty commonly asked question. Is America safer than Vietnam, or is Vietnam safer than America? It's like kind of a vice versa type deal. If you do enjoy this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, liked it, commented, all that jazz and frazz. If you don't, no worries, keep her moving. Trying to produce all the content I can out here, so we're going to do the best. We got more mukbangs coming. We're going to try to go to like Costco, a couple other big places like that, and do comparatives back to Vietnam. But yeah, is America safer than Vietnam? And I think the answer is going to be, right off the top of my head, no, it's not. You know, we'll just get right into it. I don't want to have like some crazy debate in the comments or anything on gun control or anything about guns or anything like this, but you know, you can safely send your kid to school in Vietnam and they're certainly not going to get shot. So that's a pretty big difference right there. Last I checked, I don't think there's ever been any kind of school shooting in Vietnam. So I mean, right there, initially, right out the gate, you've got that big issue there. Other things, you know, violence in general tends to be more knife crimes because there's not really too much access to guns in Vietnam. And it's usually knife crimes on a husband and wife or vice versa. You know, one or the other's trying to kill each other over some kind of marital spat or affair or something like this. So, is there really, you know, crazy crime in Vietnam? Well, there kind of is, but it's at a much lower level. It's literally just, you know, petty theft. I would say the biggest one, and the biggest one that people occur and run into when they're traveling in Vietnam, is the cell phone getting stolen while they're walking from someone on a motorbike, which does suck, but if you're careful with your things, it'll never happen to you. I would much rather take petty theft crime over possibly getting shot. You know, for me, it's a no-brainer. I think overall, you're going to see America's much more violent crimes comparative to Vietnam. I feel pretty safe in Vietnam. I haven't had anything stolen or such since I first moved there, within my first month of being there, so I think we're seeing a lot of pretty big differences in the way that crime goes down compared to one to the other. You know, it's pretty much in Vietnam, if you just leave something, you know, if you go to the bathroom and you're at an outdoor place and you accidentally leave your bag down, it's probably going to be gone. Again, which can happen here in America too, you know, depending on where you're at in America. I would say Florida is a bit more safe. You know, people kind of leave things out. The guy next door here, he's got a surfboard, he leaves it out in front of the house, no one steals it. But stuff like that, compared to like crazy gun violence in America, I think it's safe to say that Vietnam's a quite bit safer, eh? Just when it comes to like crazy gun violence and stuff like that. As far as other things, like theft is pretty big in Vietnam, but again, it's crimes of opportunity usually. I don't think there's too much premeditated crime in Vietnam. You know, occasionally you'll see somebody trying to rob a store or something like this. Occasionally a guy robs a bank, but usually people get caught. There's a lot of motorbike theft, which I think would happen here too if you were careless with your motorbike. You know, I had motorcycles all in LA, and you had to like double chain that shit up to like an actual post, or it would get stolen. And the way they would steal bikes in LA is they would just bring a pickup truck, and like 4 dudes would just pick it up and put it in the back of the pickup truck. So I think, you know, crime is going to be everywhere in the world. I think it's just a little bit better, you know, as far as dying versus not dying wise in Vietnam. As far as updates to my mother and what's going on here in Florida, she's getting better each day. You know, she had a pulmonary embolism, so it's a little hard for her to breathe still if she does a bunch of activity. But, you know, she's feeling way better each day, so that's a really positive thing. You know, I think she's going to do just fine in a few weeks here as I start to leave, which I'll probably leave in about a week or two. I think I'll be leaving around July 1st. We got to go back to Saigon, hang out with my wife, and then we got to go to Singapore for 3 or 4 days, shoot a bunch of Singapore content. I'm gonna meet up with another guy there, one of my buddies. So we'll probably do a couple videos together. He's a pretty cool guy. I actually really like him. I have another friend there too. We might meet up with them. I'm not quite sure. But as far as safety goes and like violence, I definitely feel quite a bit safer in Vietnam, to be honest with you. Especially like with the gun violence thing, you know. And I absolutely don't want this to be some political discussion about like how to solve gun problems in America. This is not what this video is about. We're literally just comparing statistically one between the other. I know a lot of you guys have left Vietnam and come to America and think it's a really awesome place, and you know, I'm proud of you. If you came here and you built up your stuff and you're doing successful, that's awesome. Good job on you. You know, for me, it's the opposite. I think you find in every country people kind of want to get and go do something else, and they try to make the best out of it wherever they move, and they've got a pretty good goal and they work hard for it, you know. I'm not the most famous YouTuber, I'm not the best YouTuber, but you know, I work hard. I do videos every day. I mean, I put out content and I do the best I can to provide information and knowledge for people. So am I like a complete success story in Vietnam? Not yet, but do I think we'll get there in the next few years? For sure, you know. People are always so worried about subscribers and stuff, and yeah, they're super important, but you know, for me, if I get to 50,000 subscribers and I continue to just put out my content like I do, that's going to be a pretty successful thing for me that I can pretty much rely on. You know, we're going to be in a bear market until 2024 now. I mean, at least until the end of 2024, I would think. You know, if you don't need to make a big purchase right now, I wouldn't recommend making a big purchase. I'm not a financial advisor in any kind of way, so what I'm about to say now, do not take it to heart and do not rock it out. But you know, a lot of people were upset when they missed the boat on Bitcoin when it got real high, up to 70,000. Opportunities there now. I mean, if you've got money and you can invest it and you can hold it and you don't need a return on it right away, which anything that gives a return real quick isn't the right way to really invest. You know, things take a while on this type of stuff. Again, I'm not a professional, but you know, if you want to get some cryptocurrency, I would reckon right about now is the time. Bitcoin's at 20,000 of this video, Ethereum's at 1,000, SHIB's really down. So I mean, the three things I like are at an absolute complete buy as far as I'm concerned. I don't see Bitcoin going anywhere under 17,000. Could it? Sure. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert. Other things that I would say about the crime is, you know, it's really mostly just petty theft, you know, not planned in Vietnam. It's crimes of opportunity. So if somebody's walking home drunk at 2 a.m. and got their phone out and walking across the road, you could get your phone stolen. These are the things that happen in Vietnam. You're not necessarily going to get shot. Occasionally there's stabbings, you know, occasionally a foreigner kills another foreigner. But as far as like massive amounts of like death violence, it's just, you can't even compare. It's way, way more chiller in Vietnam. So overall, I think, in my opinion, Vietnam is a tad bit safer than America. Again, that's up to interpretation. If you guys feel different, let's have a constructive conversation in the comment section. So feel free to add your comment on what you think. If you want to add anything to this video and have some pretty good information, that would be great if you dropped it in the comments too. As ever, I thank you guys for supporting the channel. There is a new Patreon podcast up. It's a 25-minute podcast. I update you on everything that's going on, and we just talk pretty candid on there. So anybody that signed up for the Patreon this month, I really appreciate it. I do have some goodies that are going to get sent out to some top-tier patrons. So I'm going to be sending out some Bentham Market shirts, some bracelets, and some wallets. So if I do ask for your address on Patreon, that's why. Alright guys, I can't think of anything else. If you do want to add something, like I said, drop it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Once we get back to Saigon, we're going to fully have 2 to 3 videos a day of a return of the Saigon content. We're going to do more walking vlogs while we're in Florida here. We're going to do more mukbangs. We're going to try to go to the big Costco / Sam's Club and take a look around. stuff like that. If you have any more ideas for videos, let me know in the comments. Alright guys, stay frosty. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace out.